symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
Really? 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 You remember what I said last week? You are cursed!
Death, taxes, and Drew McIntyre crying like a damn baby. But the question is, if you can beat me, can you handle the burden of this title? If you can't beat me, can you handle the burden of having to acknowledge me?
But you can't blackball me. They can't blackball me. And listen up. I can gleefully stand on the bridge and blow it up because, bitch, I know how to swim.
This ain't no disco. Ain't no country club either. This is the 3 Count Thursday podcast. So let's go, baby.
And I think at the end of the year, the OTC can get some.
Hello, everyone. Welcome 3CT. We are live. It is Thursday, April the 30th. We hope you are closing out the month well and hope you are doing well. Make sure you're subscribed to us on all of our social media and everything at 3 Count Thursday across the board. Always the number 3. Never the word 3. If you're with us in the live video, you can scan the QR code, top right corner of the screen. That'll take you to our link tree, get you everything 3CT related. Would appreciate the support, some follows, and all of that good stuff. You can also leave us a voicemail at any time, 717-473-7833. We'd love to hear from you, whether it's on the Tuesday show, Thursday show, does not matter. But, yeah, let us hear from you whenever you want to give us a shout. We would certainly appreciate that. Tim may be arriving, not 100% sure. But I will start down here at the bottom. Matt, how are you?
You all right, Phil?
I'm doing well. It's almost Friday, almost the weekend. Phillies have turned things around. Flyers are doing well. Sixers doing better than expected. So
I was going to say they're still playing basketball.
They're playing.
So
they're forced to Game 6, despite everyone thinking they'd be swept. So
you're going to be swept. They were lucky to get one. You know, all of those old tropes, but they are still fighting. Phils are back. World Series back on for the Phillies, and Flyers eliminated the flightless foul last night. So Philly sports things are looking up.
The Flyers play the Capitals next round, right?
You know, you didn't have to get nasty. You really didn't have to do that. Okay. You were trying to have a good start to the show. You just had to get nasty right away. I'm trying to unmute Mark. It won't let me. Trying to unmute Ryan, it won't let me. There's Tim's in. All right, there's Tim. Hi, Tim.
Tim's here, so now Mark's gonna do his gimmick. I already saw
Ryan,
it.
Ryan, we can't hear you. We cannot hear you. I know. Oh, Tim's gone. No, Mark. Okay.
Is the caller there?
Oh my God. Yes, Mark.
Is the caller there?
Oh my God.
Where the hell is Tim? When will Tim get here?
You unmute me. That's all you have to soundboard, Mark.
Oh, hi, boys. How's everybody feeling? And let me tell you something. This 8 o'clock start time doesn't work for me anymore, brother. Sunset was at 8 p.m. right here in beautiful Elizabethtown.
No,
we're going to have to start doing 9.
Sundowners is really kicking up about this time now.
Let me tell you something about Sundowners. We're going to have to start this podcast at 9.
No, we used to do that. I refuse to start this show at 9 any longer.
At this time of year, there's nothing wrong with a 9 o'clock start.
Hell, we used to start it at 9:30. That can never happen again.
That's coming up soon because the sun's going to set even later, Tim.
No,
and when that sun sets later, we should start the show later. Okay.
Yes, the scary cat that called himself the 3 Count Thursday 24/7 champion. That's right. Mark was a coward. Didn't bring his title on Tuesday.
You mean this title, Tim?
Yeah, what a
the
bitch.
Title of the real 24/7 3CT champion.
You're a bitch.
You make me want to do HR paperwork.
Take that back. He didn't mean it.
I think he did.
He won't say another word. As a matter of fact, he didn't.
So we finally got over
Hi,
the
boys.
hump
How's
of
everybody
Mark.
doing?
Mark
Now, do you know
doing
what
the-
happened on this day,
Oh,
Tim, in
yes,
1938? 1938 on this day.
What happened? You were born?
No, keepers no. On this day, Bugs Bunny debuted. And that's what's up, Doc.
Thank you. Thank you, Mark.
Bugs Bunny.
Besides the obvious, Tim, how are you?
Jimmy, may I have one more thing?
No.
Timmy, tomorrow, it's gonna be May.
See, we said no.
See, and you made it now. He's
No.
gone.
Now
Oh!
Mark
And
is
now
able
he's
to
gonna
hear us.
Pour some
Now he's
sugar
gonna
on
do
Tim
his
because
gimmick
he
that he
said
can't
pour some
hear
sugar
people.
on May.
I don't know if he
he's
can hear any of us because
he's just talking over everyone.
Mark, can you hear us?
I can hear you, Jimmy, but I can't. Matt's mouth was moving. I thought he was muted.
Oh, you are so full
You're
of
such
shit.
an asshole. Get out of
I
here.
cannot hear Matt say something, Smoke. I can't hear Smoke. I can't hear Matt, but I can hear you, Jimmy.
There's
Mark,
isn't
no
that
way
weird?
that works.
Mark,
There's
you
no
are
way
a
that
liar. Why do you
I am not a
continue?
liar. You're a liar.
Mark, if you say the
You
word
a lie.
sticks right now, I'll give
Tim
you
did something to my
$1,000.
audio. I'm telling you,
Oh my
I-
god. I'm
I
booting
can't hear a thing
Yeah,
Matt's
get him
saying.
out of here.
I'm
Get him
booting
out of here.
I'm so sick of this.
Can you hear him now?
Tim, can you hear me? I can hear you. The rest of the world can.
Sadly,
I can hear Timmy.
But
sadly, I
okay,
can
and you
hear
can
you.
hear me.
I can hear you, Jimmy.
Can you
I can
hear
hear Jimmy,
Smoke?
Timmy.
Can you hear smoke?
Is he actually saying something or is he messing with me because I
Now
can't
this
hear
is
him?
so dumb.
He's so full of shit.
I'm
There's
kicking
no
him.
way
I'm
that's
kicking him.
thank you.
I can't.
There's no way that works.
It
I can
doesn't.
hear two people and not the other two.
Because he's a liar.
Right.
Because he is a liar, and that is the God's honest truth. Because there's no mechanism in StreamYard where if everybody can hear everybody, he could only hear half of us. Like that.
He
That's
lies
not.
like a rug.
That's not a thing. It is just not a thing, and I'm tired of it. Oh my god! And why? And the fact that I continue, he continues to get me upset about this on a weekly basis. The power that idiot has over me is just infuriating sometimes. But we're gonna get back on track.
You have MDS.
Hello, Smokey.
Ryan, how are you?
I'm all right. I'm fine.
Good.
I'm-
Well,
It's Thursday.
it is. Thank
Let's
goodness.
talk about wrestling.
We've
And,
almost.
we have to wait till the topic of firing people gets in because Mark's the expert at that. But
Yeah, that's closer to the end of the show.
there's-
anyway,
I'm sure
so
there's a lot to talk about. A lot of
There's-
wrestling happening.
there's so much wrestling happening.
Big events happening.
Events, so many events, all the events,
All
Biggest-
the events.
hugest events. I was waiting to see if he comes back. Now he's gonna pout. He's gonna be
You've
gone.
upset him.
Well, he's upset me. So it is what it is. Tim, I think I don't know if we ever actually heard how you're doing
You all right?
because of Mark.
I'm okay.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna be okay together. We're gonna get through it. So let's think about talking about the news. I do like how the soundboard had to think about wanting to do that as well. According to reports from PWMania.com, AEW plans to hold a new pay-per-view event this summer called Redemption, possibly in the month of July, but no date or venue has been confirmed as of yet. The company filed trademarks for Redemption and AEW Redemption on April the 13th. According to Fightful Select, the strong frontrunner for the event is Montreal, Quebec, Canada. While the details are not finalized, an official announcement could be coming in the next few weeks. As of now, if the pay-per-view does take place in July, it'll happen between AEW and New Japan's Forbidden Door, which is June 28th in San Jose, California, and AEW All in London, which will be August 30th, of course, in London, England.
What pay-per-view, Jimmy? You kicked me off the show.
I did the show a favor.
Jim's
By-
just jealous because you won his 24/7 championship.
No, that
That's
is not
exactly
true.
You're a
correct.
heel.
He was running you down while you were all. You have to go back and listen to it.
I was
Well,
running down the fact that he's a liar and saying that he can't hear half of us.
that
just
was so
because-
weird. I could hear Jimmy and I could hear Timmy. I couldn't hear Smoke or Matt.
Mark, I know these fancy machines with lights coming out of screens are a new thing, wild thing for you, but like there's no mechanism for that to actually be a thing.
You know what?
I don't.
Let's submit a support ticket to StreamYard. We pay a good price to have StreamYard. Let's send a support ticket and see what their team actually says.
Yes,
like,
please.
what
They're going
are-
to say bullshit.
Yeah,
No, they're going to say it's true, and you're going to have to get down. You're just going to have to get down on your hands and knees and just take it.
I will not take a thing from StreamYard or you.
You-
I'd have to get
well,
on your hands and knees and just take it.
I will not. I will
yes,
not.
you will,
I will not. Here, I will not there.
and you
I
will.
will not take it anywhere.
Any little fucking piece you can pop in. Great.
You will enjoy it, Smokey. And StreamYard will find out I'm telling the truth.
Sure,
You're
anything you can just
musty.
like throw in your mouth is delicious.
That's my favorite one.
that's a good one.
Just because he was so upset with himself the second
He was. The minute he sees me go like this, he knows he's
I'm
been got.
wondering what that was. I'm assuming it was some sort of candy or food reference where you could like just.
No,
pick
we
up-
were talking about the Dunkin' Donut holes.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I just popped one
Smokey
in.
heard the word holes and got excited.
Sometimes I do want the cream filled.
Well,
Yeah,
Who
there
doesn't?
it is.
Right.
that's right.
I mean, let's all be honest here.
Smokey's couch pulls out. I heard.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know what that means either. Devin says they're going to end up having a pay-per-view every month, probably next year. Why wouldn't they?
Who's
I
this?
mean-
AAA.
Yeah.
Yes,
They're
AAA.
looking to go up to Toronto.
AAA
Ah.
Redemption in Toronto.
Don't make no sense, Tim. But I got to trust the process. The Undertaker's booking. Hey, Tim, he's got the most powerful weapon in wrestling.
the pencil.
I love
got
that
the
you just
eraser.
said that, Mark.
He's got the eraser. Her.
Oh, the eraser. That's
An eraser.
the piece. Nick Khan has reaffirmed his support for Triple H during a recent company-wide town hall, confirming that WWE's chief content officer will remain in charge of creative moving forward. According to a report from Post Wrestling, Khan told staff that Triple H will continue to oversee WWE's creative direction, putting to rest any speculation about potential changes behind the scenes. Further details were provided by Mike Johnson of PW Insider, who reported that Triple H signed a new multi-year contract with the company following the meeting. Also, in regards to the company's creative, TKO President Mark Shapiro confirmed during a company town hall meeting that AI use is a major priority for the company in efficiency and productivity. He said, quote, Nick Khan and Triple H are using AI for storylines with the WWE. What's resonating, what superstars are resonating, in what pockets of the country are they resonating? That helps us with our content, our editorial, our creative, our mapping, touring, and of course, maximizing revenue and getting our product out to the fans most in need of it. It's unknown specifically how they are using AI or what partner. Meta appears to be the company, most likely due to their existing partnership with the UFC, but that is unconfirmed.
You're unconfirmed.
Yeah. What, Mark?
Oh, I heard you were unconfirmed.
No, I unconfirmed for what?
Well, you aren't raised Catholic.
How
I
much AI do
understood
we
that
have to use?
reference.
Like I don't quite understand. Like why? What are we trying to like reinvent the book? Like shouldn't it just be good guy versus bad guy at the root of everything that we do? Like how? Like why make this fucking harder than it needs to be?
Yeah, I don't know if it's like they're actually using it for the stories themselves or just using it for like the analytics of what's working and what isn't.
Or they're using it for Sol Ruka promos for sure.
They're using that. Yeah, they're using that for that as well. For the vignette there. yeah, it's. I mean, the reality of the world we're living in right now, and obviously with the guy sitting down here, this one, the overuse of AI is, it's just it's a thing. Like at some point, the bubble's going to burst. Like I hope that it happens sooner than later because it is overkill. Not that I mean I use it from time to time. I think a lot of us do use it from time to time. But
From time to time, sure.
Mark, you use it hourly.
Well,
Yeah, there's no from time to time. We've actually had to ask you multiple times to stop.
Yeah.
Using it so
Your children have begged you to stop. I have witnessed it.
Right,
At least
just
your daughter.
yesterday, I was
know
at the
about your
Make-A-Wish headquarters.
that one made me so proud. Poor
Mark,
Smoke made a
be
mistake.
honest. Be honest. How many times per day are you generating an AI image?
Well, I slowed down a little bit, but I'm fairly frequent.
Put it
At the beginning, I actually thought Tim was overreacting when he was like, "Don't use my image," and I wish I jumped on the Tim train when he did, because I'm sure anything I remotely might have had my own is now gone thanks to Mark.
Oh yeah, it's that's toast.
Just for that one picture alone, but all of the other pictures where
yeah,
I'm like,
you welcomed it because he said, "Would you use this as your profile picture?" And you said yes.
and I did use that one. That one
You
made me,
embraced it.
last night's picture made me laugh too. Like that was pretty funny.
I mean, it was funny.
It was great.
It was funny.
But
But like the thing that I will do if I'm going to make a Ryan image, is I will just use Smokey the Bear. Like I will not use Ryan. Like
can't put the toothpaste back in the fucking tube.
no, but I'm not going to contribute. But Mark, you didn't put a number on it. In the last 24 hours, how many images do you think you've created?
In the last 24 hours.
You have to pull out his abacus.
Well, I made that one of Smokey.
You did.
I think that was the only one I made the last 24 hours. That one of Smoke. When Smoke he was confused about what Make-A-Wish does.
Mark, let me ask you this: do you make AI images of yourself?
Oh, I have. Yes. Hey, I don't care. Let him take my identity, Tim. I don't. You know what? I hope I show up everywhere.
I hope you don't. I like having having an escape.
He is going 10 toes down. So
yeah,
fair enough.
10 toes down.
I'm good. I'm good
What's that?
having a break from Mark.
Well,
But
this time of year is nothing wrong with me.
Oh, God.
Debatable.
April 30th. Let's talk about what. How great was April? You know, I haven't had a bad day in my life, Tim. Okay, maybe there's some bad moments during the day, but not a bad day. And April was.
What about your wedding day?
All right.
Maybe one bad day.
You know what? The cake was pretty good.
What kind of cake was it?
Well, I think it was white, if I recall correctly. I blocked most of this out. It was white.
It was.
A white cake with like an orange cream. Oh, like an orange cream.
Yeah,
What
what
was
the
the,
fuck is wrong with you? You had a white cake with orange cream as your wedding cake?
Oh, now we know why it didn't work
Yes,
out.
Jesus.
Wait, somehow you can't rhyme anything with orange, Tim. That's the thing. But it was delicious.
What?
Yeah, the cake was good. I finally paid the venue off last year.
What? What was the meal?
The meal. Let's see. I think there was probably like
It was a potluck.
It was potluck. Yeah, whatever you want to bring. Potluck. We ordered Taco Bell. Everybody had chicken thingies.
What did they have, Mark?
They had chicken thingies.
Oh,
I think there was probably a salad option for the vegans, and it looked like somebody went out.
No. Vegans didn't exist back in the 50s.
Also,
true,
why
you're
did
right.
he put it in quotes as if like they're a made up thing, Mark?
Because he made him wear leather.
I made them wear leather. They had to wear a. No, I can't say that. They I remember. Well, let me tell you something about a salad. I remember at cousin Brian's wedding, that salad looked like they just got done mowing the golf course and put it on a plate. And I remember Don Hutchinson said, "If I wanted to eat this, I'd just eat grass." Don Hutchinson was upset.
Mark,
that-
who was all at that wedding with you? Who were the three
Well,
other
there
guys
was-
with you?
including me, there was 4 of us. Now there's 5. If you count me, there's 5. There was me, John Kinninger, Sam King, and then Donnie Menser. So wait, was there 4? There was 4.
4 of you.
There's 4. I'm sorry, I made a mistake, Matt. There's 4 of us.
You didn't even invite cousin Brian?
To his own
Well,
wedding?
He, I thought he didn't carpool with us. He decided to get there on his own.
Yeah.
Beautiful wedding, Tim.
Well,
It was
Charlie
really
says $10 says that was the last time Mark had a salad.
Well, that's not necessarily true.
You've
I
never
like
been around
Haas's.
Mark at Haas's.
I was going
House
to
of
say,
Steak and Sea. That's where my family
Marcus-
wants to eat.
Mark is keeping the one Haas's location in business with his.
Look, I've been to that Haas's twice in the last couple of months, and it's been a good trip every time.
See, up there in
The one in
Anvil.
Anvil is proper.
Did you hear
The other ones were never cleaned. This one
the
is
Ruby
proper.
Tuesday in Lebanon? They ran out. It's finally closed.
Yep, that one's
You
out.
gotta say goodbye, Ruby Tuesday.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Now, I gotta
Oh,
finish talking
Smoky
about
Bones. The Smoky Bones is in the area.
Smoky Bones.
Smoky
He's right
Bones
there.
What about Smoky Bones?
That's what you have.
They're done.
They're done. Now, going back to the wedding, Tim, it was such an emotional wedding there, the cousin Brian's wedding. Even the cake was in tears.
Oh my god, I hate you so much.
Here we are trying to mourn the loss of 2 restaurants that we enjoy, and Mark is just making these awful puns.
You mean like the king of just putting
As if-
people and businesses
as if-
out?
The mood wasn't down enough.
Smoky Bones. What with a name like Smoky Bones? What are they selling there? What are they going to eat? I'm going to Smoky Bones. What do you think you're going to get there?
Barbecue, you
Clearly a
dumbass.
barbecue.
Oh.
I've actually never been myself. I guess
That
I'll never
makes
go.
sense.
But
I enjoyed the one because it was kind of a halfway spot between like my parents and I up at college.
Halfway house.
So we would meet there for dinner.
There was one about 5 minutes from my house. We used to go there occasionally, maybe a handful of
I was
times.
like
a
over
year.
near the
is that where Cheddar's is now?
Mm-mm.
no, it was near the Linden, right?
It
Right
was
by
near
the
the Linden. Yep.
Ah.
Is that where
You need
Damon's
to-
was?
No. Damon's was, I think Damon's is where the Cheddar's was, or is now.
Yes,
Cheddar.
I do miss Damon
Cheddar's.
sometimes.
Do too.
Damon's.
Just every so often, I just want to go to a Damon's. There used to be one up by Williamsport. I remember passing it a few times. I'd head up that
You
way.
were up by Williamsport.
Thank you, Mark. Charlie asked Mark, "Do you like a Cobb salad?"
A Cobb salad, her. I eat my Cobb salad the long way.
My God.
Her.
I would think there's too much shit on a Cobb salad. You don't like blue cheese, do you?
I like it like when it's like a solid, Tim. When I can nibble on the blue cheese, but I don't like a liquid form.
Likes it gooey.
Well, no, we know you don't like dressings.
I don't like dressings. I like them
Do you,
naked.
do you eat your salad dry, Mark?
Dry. Oh no, I put a little oil, a little vinegar on there. Sometimes I'll
You-
do
You
I
are
thought you were
such an
just gonna
old
say
man.
oil, and I was gonna throw up.
a little bit of raspberry vinaigrette.
Oh God.
I wish I had that coming out of one of my fingers.
I also enjoy raspberry vinaigrette.
I do
Yeah,
enjoy a raspberry.
I
I'm
like
a
you.
vinaigrette kind of guy. I enjoy it.
Look at Timmy. Tim had a great time at Shady Maple.
Shady Maple was a great time.
Shady
on
Maple
Tuesday.
I feel like everyone had a great time at Shady Maple, except for the
Including
poor
the-
hourly associates that you were harassing the entire time.
they had a great time.
Now, I think Mark noticed that the female attendant there did not have a ring on the finger. I think that's what he
She
was.
was
He was shooting his shot.
shooting my shot. Be nice to get in there with somebody at Shady Maple. We could go there for dinner.
Oh, can anybody want to take a stab at Big Mac's Taco Bell order from tonight?
Oh, I bet he
Went
got
with
a.
the $9 Lux box.
I'm gonna guess a Chalupa Supreme was in there.
Crunchwrap Supreme, cheesy Fiesta potatoes.
Oh my god, I'm so hungry for Taco
You
Bell.
know what he got? A chicken thingy.
Charlie guesses a number 3 with an extra Crunchwrap Supreme and a Baja Blast.
Oh, definitely a Baja Blast.
Love a good Baja Blast.
That's what they used to call Smokey back in high school, a Baja Blast.
Devin, Mark, did you
Devin,
forget to send Devin's invite?
Big Mac is the whole way in Florida. You would never make it in time for catch Taco Bell. With
Right,
tomorrow.
it would get cold, Devin.
It'd be cold. Nobody likes a cold taco. Your taco is cold
here.
And so is your place in Smokey's heart. Smokey, remember that time your candle went out and your wick was cold? And Stephanie had to tell you, she said, Smokey, your wick is cold. And so is your place in my heart. And then she left your dorm room.
Oh my god.
Never saw her again after that.
Little 19-year-old smoke.
Good old
Little smoke.
Little smoke. Chicken quesadilla, 2 soft tacos, 2 cheesy potatoes, grilled cheese burrito, cinnamon twist, and a large Baja Blast.
I believe the kids call that big backing.
That is a big back meal right there. My goodness.
Big Bag Ben.
And here's the crazy part about that. You'll finish eating that and you'll be hungry in 45 minutes.
Yeah, what did that cost you? Like $3.19?
Did he door dash it?
Oh, Devin said he was talking about us going to Shady Maples and not inviting him.
Well,
That's 'cause
we
we
went to Shady Maple.
Maple.
Mark went to Shady Maple's house afterward.
Yeah, they talk about Shady. That neighborhood was awful sketch, as the kids say, Tim.
Now, Devin, if you stand outside Shady Maple's house, you're going to knock it off the foundation if you're in the window.
The wind kicks up, that thing's going down.
And Charlie did have part of it right. Good job, Charlie.
Shady Maple.
Last thing in the news this week, a new CW and ESPN arrangement adds CW Sports live events to the ESPN app, expanding access for WWE NXT. Under the arrangement, NXT programming on the CW will also stream on the ESPN app beginning this summer. Earlier this week, WWE named the CW the U.S. home for NXT premium live events, starting with the Great American Bash later this summer. Linear broadcasts on the CW will remain as well. The ESPN app is an additional option, similar to AEW on TBS with an HBO Max simulcast. CW Network's Brad Schwartz called the ESPN partnership a monumental next step for CW Sports, which also includes college football, the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts series. That's what it is now.
Wait, what is it again? From where?
Series? Or is that the truck series? The O'Reilly
O'Reilly series. I'd have to look it
the
up.
O'Reilly Auto Parts series. PBA bowling, PBR bull riding, and AVP volleyball. You okay, Mark?
I missed the O'Reilly owl. I missed that. Smokey, watch your step. Told you.
So that is like the Bush League, like the Bush series used to be. So you still have the
Bush
big
League.
guys, the Cup series,
And
and then you have the no apps. I don't know what the no app stands for. Something
That's
O'Reilly Auto, the National
NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts series. No app.
That's what they call me at work.
And then the
no apps.
Craftsman is the truck series. The Craftsman trucks.
Gotcha. Thank you for that.
Devin, do you still watch racing?
He's not talking to you. You didn't invite him to Shady Maples.
I didn't. I'm not in charge of the invites. Jim said we couldn't have guests.
Okay, he
You
did
didn't
not
invite,
DoorDash.
you didn't invite
Attaboy.
Charlie either.
Charlie's upset.
Charlie says Dev wasn't invited either, and I live 5 minutes away from 2 of these guys.
You were at work.
Who?
Yeah.
Who?
You were working on Tuesday, Charlie.
Yeah, I asked you about it the other day. And you were like, I gotta work.
The O'Reilly series is like the NXT of NASCAR. It gets you ready to go with the big boys in the Cup Series. Big boy!
Hey there, big boys. Come over to the O'Reillys, big boys.
Oh, look at that pup.
Isn't she a beauty? I just realized she's naked. Her
Oh,
collar
no.
came off. Lauren got her a nice little collar with a purple bow, and it must have fell off. But her real collar's on here, the one that I use when I take her for a WALK with her license.
Oh, you can't say the word out loud.
No, don't say the word, or else I have to leave the podcast.
Walk.
No,
Walk. Walk.
No.
Walk. Walk. Everybody say walk.
don't
Walk.
say that word. Don't worry, Indy. He won't.
She can't hear any of us.
Indy's
Mark
gotta go
screamed in her
potty.
ears for-
She's a
Mark
good
screamed
girl.
in her
Look
ears
at
for
her.
how old is she? 4?
She's 3. She's a
He's
young
been screaming in her
lady.
ears for 3 years.
She's a young lady. And I'm
Yeah,
a
Tyler,
lady.
the other day with the guy in the place and the thing. See, you remember.
Yep.
You remember. Devin says he watched it. He's
Jeez.
going to 2 races tomorrow and then on Tuesday.
Oh, didn't get
Tuesday.
an invite.
Thanks, Devin.
Kevin.
2 races.
My,
We go down to the Buck Motorsports.
did someone order quiz.
I think they just crash cars at the Buck. I don't think they race down there, do they?
That's just in the
No.
parking lot.
Even Devin's trying to say walk.
Oh, he can't be saying that. The puppy's gonna be upset.
All right.
What was that last one? It's Lita. What was that? Something I missed?
Lita Buddha
Lita
Butt?
Ford.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means.
Is that a NASCAR driver
Maybe.
in the NASCAR O'Reilly series?
Not a clue. Absolutely not a clue. Unfortunately.
Maybe he misspoke.
Maybe.
Is he drinking?
Probably.
Possibly.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Well, I don't blame him.
Well, speaking of watching things and watching wrestling,
The 3 count question of the week.
Uh-oh.
I think most of us, I think Tim's probably the most adept and active wrestle watcher of the group
Thanks, Tim. By the way,
for
keeping us honest.
holding down the fort. But it's good. This question could be geared towards a single company, AEW, WWE, or all companies really. But my wrestling weekly watching has waned. I know, Ryan, you said you watch occasionally. I don't know about Matt and Mark, but what can any company, all companies, what could they do to get you to tune in more? Is there anything that could get you to be a more active wrestle watcher? Is it just not really on the radar at this point outside of big events?
Well, Jim, I'm glad you asked. If they would bring in like a country music singer like Jelly Roll and had him featured prominently, I'd probably tune a little more.
Well, let me tell you something.
Are you serious? You know,
Yes,
my answer is a little similar to Mark's. Follow me here. Be interesting. I proved it. WWE was doing a very interesting thing with Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, so I watched through to WrestleMania. They were doing something interesting with Punk and Randy until they included Pat McAfee, which was 2 weeks before WrestleMania. There was a long time between the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, specifically Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania. So
Now, realistically, with the Pat McAfee thing, I guess he backed up. So we're actually not going to know where they were actually going with that, correct? Because it wasn't a 2-week story arch with Pat McAfee to lose. Like, there was going to be something there, I believe, correct? And McAfee backed out, and they put him in a shit spot, and they had to write him off. Is that kind of what I've heard?
I have a suspicion.
Okay.
My suspicion is 2 weeks ago when they pitched it, they didn't think Pat McAfee was going to announce that he was having a baby.
McAfee's pregnant.
Well, his wife is expecting.
Oh, that's different.
Okay.
Literally, he announced they are expecting a child the Wednesday after WrestleMania.
but he's got about
he
9 months.
retires from wrestling. And you think he's trying to cut back on some gigs? Why would you cut back on gigs? Because you have a bigger responsibility somewhere else. his
Well-
responsibility is fatherhood,
She didn't give
especially with a
birth yet.
newborn. So that's what I think happened. I think that it was pitched before they knew about the baby situation. Then they knew about the baby situation, and they're like, it doesn't matter. We can just write it off.
That's fair.
Because
Now,
like
if
all
you
the conversation was the main event of Backlash was supposed to be Randy Orton and Pat McAfee versus Cody Rhodes and Jelly Roll.
I believe that
Think
was
so.
the rumor. Yeah.
Plans changed, pal.
Stinks.
It could also be that Jelly Roll backed out too. Like,
Well,
We-
wasn't he on the record as saying something like we shouldn't be here? Like,
Yeah, that felt like a course correct, but I think he tweeted something like that to Pat McAfee, like, hey, maybe we should just leave this to the wrestlers, which kind of gave him the reason to also back out. If McAfee's
Right.
out, that explains
Right.
the exit of Jelly Roll.
but WWE proved that if you try to give me something interesting, I'm going to follow. They were interesting in the Brock Oba stuff. It was interesting at the beginning, the Cody Randy stuff. It was interesting in the beginning for the Punk and Reigns stuff. I was interested in whatever they were going to do with Danhausen. I was interested in the Trick Williams, Sami Zayn stuff. So if you're interesting and you're not just lather, rinse, repeating everything, and you're giving me just, I'm at the point of I'll give a prime example. And this is a conversation that's close to some of us, and I might alienate a few people, and I apologize. But it's going to church, right? When you've been to church your entire life, right? At some point, you want to hear a sermon that's not the salvation message, the tithing message,
the building fund message.
right? Or like our yearly month long look at marriages. Like,
Mhm.
you want meat. They even talk about it in the Bible that milk is for babies, steak is for the adults. If you keep feeding us milk for stories, for matches, for anything that's on television, that's good for the people who are new to the product, which is who WWE's catering to. They're catering to the casuals, so they're going least common denominator, and they're giving them milk.
Right.
I want steak. I'm a steak guy. And like, but give me steak. Give me
Right.
something with substance. The most interesting thing on wrestling TV right now is what they're doing in AEW with Will Ospreay and the Death Riders.
Okay.
He's training with
That's
them now, right?
That Ospreay got beat down so much that the Death Riders grabbed him. And if it goes back to previous conversations, Mox says, I can work with you if you bleed with me. Ospreay did with Mox on the pay-per-view. So Mox is like, you want to be AEW world champion. I can make you the weapon you need to be. Just come. And it's interesting because he's also connected to the United Empire. So now he's caught in between two competing stables that may or may not be feuding at Forbidden Door. It reminds me very much of like a modern take on Sting joining the Horsemen, except if Sting joined the Horsemen when he was height of powers.
Okay. I do like Charlie's comment here. Church isn't going to charge me additional $30 to watch the sermon. Somebody's never heard of Joel Osteen, by the way.
Depends what church
Also,
you're
what is tithe but 20% of your income?
Well, that's
WWE's
true.
only asking for $30.
Yeah.
The Lord and Savior Jesus Christ asked for 10%, 20% for tip. 10% of your, if
Depending
you
on the church you've gone to, you've heard that sermon though of you like 10% is good. If you feel led to give 20, That's great, but 10%.
Who are we
is
to
all we ask
question the
for. I
Lord?
mean,
How are we to question how the Lord works?
if you
in your
want to
heart?
give 30, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. 50, we'll even do that.
Doorknobs ain't gonna change themselves on the
Yeah,
building.
I'm telling you, man. So,
Where's
honestly,
Where's Pastor gonna sleep? Because he just because he works on two times on Sunday and one time on Wednesday, that doesn't mean there's the Lord's work to do Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
that's right.
Saturday morning is visitation. We're going out in the church vans. We're spreading the word. Tuesday's men prayer breakfast. We got stuff.
Our dogs are upset. Tim, honest to God, I never really paid attention to the way the increments on the monetary sermon, like the bi-monthly monetary sermon went. During the pandemic, I began listening to a weekly sermon from a local church. I wasn't going to a church at the time, but it made me it brought me peace at a obviously trying time. And then you and Marcus on Final Wrestling Plays got to talking about that sermon that would come up every couple of months and how it would start, at this dollar amount. And every single time they would circle around to dollar amounts, the number that you might feel led to give would keep increasing. And then literally like a week later, that church that I listened to that sermon had one of those. And every time I heard like a little bell every time that dollar amount ticked up a little bit higher, I was like, oh my God, it's real.
And the thing is that it's like clockwork.
Yeah.
But that's also it's not even just splitting away from the religious aspect. But now everything's on the church model.
Right.
Every subscription service you sign up for, which is a streaming service, or if you use Dollar Shave Club, if you use Bomba Socks, if you use there's all of these monthly subscription services, Wrestle Crate or whatever it is, or Loot Crate, stuff like that. Just give us a monthly tithe. We'll send you some tchotchkes.
Yep.
We'll call it even.
Charlie's the House of WWE is going to ask me for 25 on Monday and 89 on Tuesday and Friday and another 30 on Sunday. They will. Now
what you're telling me is that AEW is affordable, that you can watch all AEW television under one application.
You can.
HBO Max in the United States, or I think it's Watch AEW or Club AEW, or I don't know what it's called.
I think it's Watch AEW. Club is
Watch AEW.
WWE has the club.
Yeah. So you have all of that.
More money.
There's one hub. You pay whatever it costs for your HBO Max, and if you have if you pay for something else through your cell phone or your internet, you might get HBO Max for free. Then all you have to do is pay the $30 for the pay-per-view that stays on your HBO Max account for I think 90 days. By that point,
you love AEW. Jeez.
It's not AEW. It's not.
I can barely hear you gargling on their balls.
It's not the love of AEW. It's the want for better from WWE, because we can see what a company that runs weekly television can do. And WWE decides to go the opposite direction. And I get it. You don't want to oversaturate. You don't want a lot of the same thing. However, WWE gives us 2, 4, 7, 8 if you count Evolve, 9 if you count LFG, hours of the same every week.
Well, and not only that, but I mean, one of the released groups of talent, the Wyatt Six, the immediate question, what where did this go wrong? I'm like, I don't know, maybe the 9-month feud with the MFTs. That probably didn't help.
I just feel like there needs to be some sort of balance between what the WWE is and what AEW is, and that's like Ryan's happy spot. Like the WWE gives us nothing and expects us to tune into premium live events. Last night on Dynamite, we had an AEW World Championship, a TNT Championship, an International Championship, and the Women's World Tag Team. Why are we just giving away 4 championship matches for free on television? Make me want to tune in and watch these matches on a pay-per-view. Make me buy these matches. These should be matches I buy to watch.
I think
Why are we just giving these away for free every single week? 4 title matches on a TV show is absurd.
I think because the TV contract and the TV numbers are very valuable to AEW. Like WWE, like they're, and we see it visually when you tune in. Every half inch of space on the WWE screen is ad space. So WWE is getting their money whether you subscribe to Netflix or subscribe to ESPN Unlimited or not. WWE is getting their money.
And I know I'm complaining about like too much.
No, I get
But
I
when
get
you give me your main championship match being defended monthly on television, why do I pay the money then to watch it defended on a pay-per-view? Is it because then it's a Texas death match? Is it the style of match that they give me on? Like, make me understand it, because I don't.
I got you. I can very easily understand it. When MJF was the champion, the title was barely defended, if at all, on television. And you had to watch the pay-per-view to watch MJF win the title. Darby Allin is your champion. And Darby Allin has chosen to be a fighting champion, and he is willingly defending the title every week against challengers who may or may not have normally been in the contending for the title. That's why he faced Tommaso Ciampa last week. That's why he faced Brody King this week. And that's why he's facing Kevin Knight next week.
Okay. I appreciate that then. Makes
It's
sense.
okay. And the reason why the TNT title was defended this week was because MJF was told by Darby Allin that he can't get a title shot unless MJF puts something on the line. So MJF is trying to flounder and figure out what it is that he can use as a bartering chip to get a shot at the title that he lost.
Gotcha.
So he was like, I'll take the TNT title.
More.
I mean, it'd be beneficial.
That's fair. That's fair. That's on Old Smoke.
I mean, and I mean, I'll be honest. Like, I didn't even. I watched the opening promo of Raw this week, and then I changed the channel. I haven't watched AEW in a while. I haven't watched SmackDown, and since it's been I guess it's been a couple of weeks.
What about NWA on Comet?
That's still a thing.
I think so.
I didn't know that was still a thing. Like, I record SmackDown and NXT and TNA every week, and AEW Dynamite. I don't know the last time I've watched any of them. Like, and like, because even for me, like, I honestly right now I just have a lot of other things I'm watching. I'm watching hockey playoffs. No, not the Capitals. Before Matt get that out of the way.
Summertime's tough too.
I'm watching the Capitals. I thought that was your team.
Well, yes, but they're not in the playoffs, man.
Oh,
wait,
they're not. They are not.
I just said wait.
I'm at least once a week. I'm watching a Disney movie. I'm just catching up on some. I'm watching the new Stranger Things, Tales from '85. If you've listened to the Tuesday show, I just finished the most recent season of Temptation Island because I'm an idiot now. So like, there's other things. I'm getting my trash TV outside of the squared circle. Okay. So
I actually had, this is probably more to me than it is anything. Joey from Three Legs, Joey Image reached out. He's like, "Hey man, are you all right? I haven't seen you at a show for a while." And I'm like, "Yeah, I feel like I've lost the passion for professional wrestling a bit. And like it's absolutely shown in what I'm choosing to spend my time watching in television. It's the summertime, I'm outside more, it's beach more. Obviously, I go to concerts. Like these are all excuses to not watch, but like there are other things that I'm feeling passionate about. And maybe it's like a lack of working independence or whatever it is, but like there is something missing and that's affecting my want to and ability and passion to and the television product on the WWE sucks. Like it absolutely isn't great. It never is after WrestleMania. Page 1, page 2, we're starting to write new books.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think for me as well, the not being as active with the independent scene has had an impact, because like if I go to an indie show, I don't remember the last time I was at one, to be honest with you. But if I go to one, I have a really good time. Like it doesn't matter what company it is. I've always had a blast in an independent wrestling show. And then, because that's usually on a Friday or a Saturday night, come around on Monday, I'm like, you know what? I kind of got that itch for wrestling again. So I'm going to tune in to WWE. And then like sometimes that'll spark, I'm going to tune in on Wednesday night for Dynamite. And then I might I kind of get the itch again. Leading up to WrestleMania, I had the itch for a little bit. And so it's nice when I check in on it, but it's just that I would think has contributed a bit as well. Yes, Mark.
Oh, I was muted, Jimmy, because the dogs were wild.
I believe that.
They're wild, Tim. There's a ACW show tomorrow night in Red Lion.
Red Lion. I don't know.
ACW is fun.
I'm not going.
I don't think I can make this week, but if next time, give me a little bit more lead time.
Well, could tell you tomorrow at 5.
That's less.
22 hours, Jim. We got to be on the road for ACW. Are you in?
I'm out.
Well, here's the thing. Bell time. Doors open at 7. Bell time's at 8. They might start some matches that have been advertised at, say, 7:40.
That really grinded your gears, didn't it?
He's upset.
It did.
So
It
funny.
legitimately pissed me off. I'm sorry. I'm
I
upset.
can tell.
Well, first of all, you should have chosen to go to the Hershey Park with your friends.
I should have. Looking back, I wish I would have. I ain't capping there, Tim. That's no cap.
You were invited. Devin says indie scene in PA kind of dried up a little bit. Yeah, it doesn't help.
Sure.
Don't get me wrong. Three Legacies, they're going
They're
every
turning shows out every
every
other week.
2-3 weeks. Like they're
Yeah.
they're
Wow.
always out there.
And they're in different cities too. Like they've been in Reading, Harrisburg, Lancaster.
They're
They're
jumping
trying
up
to expand.
Hanover.
They've gone international.
Hanover.
They've done like
Hey,
Yeah.
one of the two.
they're doing a European
Yeah,
tour.
they're doing. They're making things happen.
SWO, I think, is still around.
SWE.
I think
No, SSE. What is it called now? SSI.
Oh, did they
No.
change it?
What is
That
that?
was it. It was SSW. Now they're SSE.
You're thinking of a different company.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. Jim's specifically talking about SWO, which
yeah.
I believe the Wolfman used to run out of like the Red Lion area.
That's the one we
Yeah.
saw the $1 Million
$1
Man.
Million Man.
Oh, the
right.
Wolfman.
Ace Dallas came from that area.
Yes.
Wrestled with them, I believe. A few others. I can't think of their names right now.
Devin says we should have showed up for Friday night's season pass event. Well, no, because if I'm going to go to Hershey Park, I want to be able to use my meal plan that I've already paid for, not pay extra for a buffet meal.
Yeah,
just for them to
that's
get
silly.
extra money
I
out.
heard
of
it wasn't great either.
No, I heard that too.
Did you go up to the season ass holder event?
I did not. I would have liked to. I didn't go up. It's open for 3 hours, Tim. You can't use your meal plans. I mean, look, what's the use then?
Oh,
And
he
let me
was
tell you what.
talking to Mark. Oh, he wasn't talking to Big Jim. I got you there, buddy.
Take that, Jimmy. No, I didn't go up there, Big Dick Devin. I would have liked to, but you know what? I'm getting a little upset. Let me tell you what. I'm going to use these last 5.5 minutes. We're going to talk about Hershey Park.
Oh, here we
Ever
go.
since 2020, Matt, all they've done is take. from
I thought we were going to
2020.
talk about firing people. That's really what.
Oh, okay. We can bring that up too.
I was going to say,
Hey.
we're already talking about enough stuff that you love. Why do you have to keep bringing up other things?
All right. We don't fire people. People fire themselves.
That's not true.
Jeez,
Well, that's a good segue, Jim.
that is a good segue because last week there was more WWE releases. It's kind of become a springtime tradition with WWE. And I won't run down the entire list. It is out there. Notable names: Alba Fire, Aleister Black, Apollo
Alistair
Crews,
who?
Aleister Black.
Ah,
I'm not as good as you at it as you are, Mark.
you got to roll your R's.
I will do my best. Dexter Loomis, Bo Dallas, Eric Rowan, Joe Gacy, Kyrie Sane, the Motor City Machine Guns, Nikki Cross, Santos Escobar, Zelina Vega, Zoe Stark among the main roster releases. Which of these, and it could be a tag team, it could be a faction, it could be an individual wrestler. Which of these, if any, is the most head scratching of the group?
Zelina Vega. Sure.
I don't think any of them are super head scratching.
Yeah, they all. I mean, you don't like to see anyone lose their job unless you're Mark, but I think they all kind of made sense.
You know, being a tag team champion in WWE.
What was the first thing Mark said?
Ah.
What was the first thing Mark said? Alba fired? Is that what you were calling
I
it?
think it's
Alba Fire.
Alba fired.
I like Alba Fire. Those Motor City Madmen. Boy, being former tag team champs gets you fired pretty fast.
yeah.
WWE doesn't care about them at all.
If that's one that doesn't make sense, probably it's those. Like you have two trusty veteran hands that you could build a department around that has like history in other fucking promotions, winning championships.
The sad thing is,
And you give them a title shot, like so they could put that as like a notch on their belt, and then just shit can. That doesn't make sense to me. Then again, it's too late to be like hashtag we want Motor City Machine. Like it's too late. We should have been tweeting that and trying to get that shit out before. So like the hashtag we want Kyrie Sane. It's too late. Too late, guys. I don't know what to tell you. Get that trend
also,
straight. Too fucking late.
That's head scratching. That one's very much a head scratching.
I mean, also Kyrie saying I think it has come out since then had kind of requested to go because she wanted to go back to Japan with her family. So
she's made enough money to settle her debt allegedly. Got it.
What debt?
But
you know what that
allegedly terms of YouTube terms of service in a boxing ring.
I like the sad thing is I thought it was actually more head scratching that the Motor City Machine Guns went to WWE.
Yeah, that's true
As
too.
opposed to going to somewhere that actually cares about tag team wrestling. Because I mean they came in, they won the titles right away, they bounced around for a little bit, and now they're gone. But I'm like, it was cool to see him there. Don't get me wrong, it was cool to see them in WWE. But I was actually more surprised that they went there than I was that they were gone. I'm kind of in the camp of you guys that I don't know that there's one that's super head scratching or super surprising. Disappointing maybe I think would be the Wyatts. Like I feel like they had such an incredible debut, and then it was like, all right, well let's move them to SmackDown and just give them the same thing to do every week for almost a year. Like, all right, cool. See ya.
Yeah, I mean, they were red hot. I mean, they had portions of like the Hollywood Horror Nights with the Wyatt. Like how they fumbled that, it does suck. Although it really, I think, is a testament to how great Bray Wyatt was.
Yeah.
To be able to really anchor that without Bray.
Yeah. Tim?
Oh, you caught me in midair, bro.
I sure did.
Oh, yeah, you did.
I didn't want to stop that
Got
soon
him.
either.
No, you're good.
Thought
You
that
got
was a
me,
home run.
Chief.
My bad.
No,
Poor
you're
Tim.
good. So
Smokes.
There's three. It's medicine. Somebody has a prescription for it. There's three. There are three that really surprised me. One is Kairi Sane, because literally she was involved in a storyline all the way up to WrestleMania. Because she was the star. She was the focal point between Io Sky and Asuka that now they don't have anymore. So now we're supposed to care about the Asuka Io Sky feud heading into Backlash, when the reason Io Sky is even fighting Asuka is because she was mistreating Kairi. So now Kairi's free.
Unfortunately, of those three, Kairi Sane would be the third, right? Like, I think the WWE audience cares about Io Sky and Asuka a whole lot, and Kairi was always a third in that lineup.
Right, but that doesn't mean that she's less important. Like, she's less important. She's the least important in the three of those. But I could have probably picked, if it's a numbers thing, I'm fairly certain I could have found 2 or 3 other developmental contracts that I could have cut to save her money.
Right.
Like,
I'm not saying that she should have been. I'm just saying, of the three that we're speaking of, I feel like the WWE audience just cared less about Kairi Sane.
Right. Also, it doesn't help that like she was away and then came back, whereas like Io and Asuka have like a lot of people who were big on Kairi Sane are people who remember her from NXT.
She's a pirate.
And right, because like she left. I think she left during the pandemic. Wasn't the Kabuki Warriors stopped being a thing when Asuka won the Money in the Bank during the pandemic? But the other people that got released, it's Aleister Black and Zelina Vega. From all accounts, they were supposed to be involved in the Randy Orton Cody Rhodes storyline until they put Pat McAfee in there. The person who was supposed to get into Randy Orton's mind and poison him and make him embrace the bad thoughts is the dark and brooding dude.
I mean, that would have been great. I also just don't understand.
Likes scary, darking, brooding things.
That's also all well and good, but I don't understand why the guy who's just had voices in his head his entire career, the voices in his head wouldn't have just won out and told him to attack Cody. Like, that's like, I don't understand why you have a fucking almost 20 year long friendship and feud that you could just turn a switch on. That's the feud. Like that, like it's literally that easy.
Well, the voices, Jim, they counseled him. They didn't tell him to do bad things.
Well,
they
right.
counseled him and they understand.
That's right. Yeah, that's a good point. I forgot. But yeah, and
has Aleister Black been relevant outside of NXT in the WWE?
House of Black was pretty big.
House of what?
House of Black, that's their last name.
What do you think it is, Mark?
I thought it was House of Black.
It is my favorite thing that his mic mutes itself at that point.
He gets upset.
How his tongue wags.
It's that is how it wags. Charlie says Zoe and the Motor City Machine Guns, I would have thought they would have had a job for a while. Maybe not in front of the camera, but definitely at the PC.
Zoe Stark, good riddance.
Oh, that's not very nice.
She's like still rehabbing an injury, right? Like I feel like
she's still hurt.
Like, I mean, that's
couldn't tell you.
Not great, but Devin said I was kind of happy he went to SummerSlam, and then the double taping in Hershey got to see the Wyatt Six both times. He said when speaking of the Wyatt Six, when they lose the first fucking match as a group, that when everything went downhill with them. And I was hoping they were going to go uphill, but never seen that. Yeah, that's always been the difficult challenge with like the Wyatts and the supernatural stuff. Because even with like the Fiend, is like you want to create a character that seems unbeatable, but then you have to put them in wrestling matches. And that's why sometimes when it was nice when you had like the sweater wearing Bray Wyatt and then the Fiend, or you have the Demon and regular Finn Balor. Like I don't know that if they leaned into Bo Dallas and Uncle Howdy enough. They didn't because they weren't creative enough to do it. So,
I mean, was there a ton of legs really on the Wyatt Six? If you really think like there's like a new generation of wrestling fans within a year or two that probably that never saw or doesn't understand what Bray Wyatt or even what these characters are like portraying, like the Pig and like the Huskus character. And
Huskus.
Like these were characters from Bray Wyatt's Funhouse that
right.
I don't even know why is this guy dressed up like a fucking rabbit? Like it doesn't maybe make sense to people. And I don't know. It didn't have the legs that it really should have. And it's a shame. Like when it debuted, it was, wow, this is really cool. Chills. Seeing this brought to life. But if you're not a Bray Wyatt fan or wasn't a Bray Wyatt fan or wasn't familiar with what the Firefly Funhouse is, what is this?
And I understand it's a very different thing, but like, why is
you're a very different
why is El Grande Americano and El Grande Americano the original? Like, why are those compelling? Because WWE / AAA find a way to actually like, and I get it's maybe that's maybe easier than a story of like, yeah, why is this guy dressed like a pig and this guy dressed like a bunny and this girl have a funny mask and they keep giving us VHS tapes. But like, if you write compelling characters, like people will buy into it. I mean, like why was Stranger Things successful? Why is the It universe? Why is that successful? Because there's compelling characters. And I get it's easier to write a 10-episode show versus a weekly TV, but you're supposed to be the best at it. So if you're going to give us these characters and give them an awesome debut, maybe have a plan for at least the next 10 to 12 weeks and work from there.
Has there been a superstar on the roster that's been giving a larger pile of shit than Nikki Cross? I mean,
You're almost a superhero.
You're a doll. Before that, you're almost a superhero. Before that, you're teamed up with Dewdrop. Like, man, poor woman. That's a fucking uphill battle.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
Dewdrop.
Did you guys touch on Nick Khan admitting to creative WWE using AI to help write storylines? We did touch on it. They're not there. We don't believe they're using it to write storylines, although how could you tell? But they are using AI as
if they're not, maybe they fucking should start.
I was gonna say maybe give ChatGPT a try. Just maybe. And Charlie points out the superhero thing was her idea.
Don't care whose idea it was. Awful idea.
I've had bad ideas in my life too, Charlie. So, and sometimes people are there to tell me no. Sometimes other people are not. So that's
hindsight's 2020, my friend.
It is. Anything else? Any other thoughts on the talent that were released?
Yeah, you hate to see people lose their jobs at the end of the day. Hope they
that's the
find
message.
opportunities elsewhere, or if there really is a groundswell of movement that somebody really wants somebody back, we see the WWE bring that person back like we did with Ron Killings.
Yeah, and I think NXT talents have 30-day non-competes unless their contract expired. WWE are 90 days. So anytime between May and would that be July?
Was there any big names from NXT?
Andre Chase, I think, was probably the biggest one from
he had
NXT.
a whole damn college named after him.
Yeah, well, a lot of colleges go out of business.
I guess he flunked out.
The notable one that's on the list for NXT is Tyra May Steele.
Okay.
She was the first winner of LFG season 1. She is also the female Olympic wrestling gold medalist WWE signed at the same time as Gable Steveson. So that's another attempt at Kurt Angle that just fails.
I mean, the Gable Steveson thing, he had the charisma of a piece of white paper, and there was also, that other thing from his past. You can Google it if you want. But yeah, it's a bummer. Never want to see that, but good luck to those who were let go, and hopefully they will land on their feet in wrestling if they so choose, and will find success elsewhere. Otherwise, Devin says, I'll be honest, if they really want to save some money, maybe cut some of these motherfucking salaries that barely do any fucking thing.
Give us an example. Like, who specifically are you upset about there, Devin?
The Rock.
That's not going to happen. He's on the board.
Charlie says, looked great standing there, and then the bell rang.
Who was that?
Tyra May Steele, maybe?
Oh,
I'm
maybe.
actually not sure. But
and maybe that's the WWE problem. Maybe we're looking for professional wrestlers in the wrong areas. Maybe we should be finding professional wrestlers that are, I don't know, fucking professional wrestlers.
Right. And I get wanting
the college ranks and shit like that is just not the greatest spot to find professional wrestlers that you can build a bright future around. Great athletes, maybe they're shit wrestlers.
Yeah. And sometimes great athletes don't make great characters in professional wrestling. You can be a great athlete, but you can't be a great sports entertainer. Like Logan Paul, like he was, like him or hate him, he's a charismatic individual who also happens to be a trainable athlete. So he has both. You have to have both in wrestling. But all right, we will wrap it up there, and we thank everybody for tuning in this week. We appreciate you and hope you have a good rest of your week here. Remember to follow along with us at 3 Count Thursday across the board, all of our social media. Leave us a voicemail, 717-473-7833. Love to hear from you. Buy our merchandise over on our TeePublic store. Subscribe to the show on YouTube and all podcast platforms. Until the Tuesday podcast, and then we're back here live next Thursday, the first show in the month of May. Stay safe, stay smart, and as always, go for the pin.